What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Reasonable Doubt Season 2, Episode 4? Yeah, Episode 4. Child, Chanel is gone. Okay, Chanel is gone, and they are realizing that Chanel is gone. She done left a note. It's episode 3. Sorry, she done left a note in her daughter's book bag at the friend's house, saying in case of emergency, open. When they opened up the letter, they find the key to her safe deposit box, and they know that this is serious, right? So Jax is calling the Morris Chestnut Carter, and of course he's like, look, if you had listened to me to begin with, we wouldn't be having this problem. Okay, if you had listened to me, we wouldn't be having this problem. Now, in the meantime, while this is going on, the friend is hyperventilating because the friend then did what her husband told her not to do and put their house up as collateral for the bail. So Jax is trying to calm everybody down and say, listen, we don't need to alarm anybody, because if we can find Chanel first and convince her to come back, we don't have to tell the police. They're not going to issue a warrant. And girl, we're going to save your house. And of course, she's got her investigator on it. And Carter is like, listen, we have to let the judge know. And Jax is like, listen, we don't have to tell the judge right now. Like, let's buy ourselves some time. Let's try first. And if we can't find her, then fine, we'll go to the judge. Because once they go to the judge and they put out a warrant, a bench warrant, girl, the jig is up. Well, they end up getting footage. They find out that she went to her bank, and they get footage from the bank. Baby, she was at the bank the day before she disappeared, and she wasn't there by herself. She was there with Adrian. Adrian is Marcus's friend. Jamarcus's friend that was helping them pawn his stuff to try to get the bail money to get Chanel out of jail. So now everybody is like, wait a minute, what? We didn't know that they were together. We didn't know they were a couple. We didn't know they were doing a couple things. Like, what is going on now? So they know they're looking for Adrian and Chanel. We see Chanel, they haven't left the country yet, but they know they headed for the border. So we find out that Chanel and Adrian, they hold up at a hotel waiting to try to get some new documents so they could cross the line. And then we get a whole little sex scene. Child, we don't care about that. We don't care about that. Now, back to, they go to, well, eventually they had to let the DA know that the girl was missing. So they put out an all points bulletin, and they do a whole press conference and let the people know that they can't find her, okay? And then we found out that Lucy, aka the DA, we find out that Lucy, she got a stalker, which is probably the reason why she keep moving from place to place to place, because she getting these hang-ups on her phone, and she was worried about it until she called the jail and did a search on an inmate and found out that that inmate was still in jail. So then she felt a little more comfortable. But honestly, I don't feel like she should feel all that comfortable, because it sounds to me like there might be something going on, okay? But once the news breaks that Chanel is on the run, her and Jay-Z are out there running them streets, okay? Okay, I want to run now. Yeah, that one. Now they doing search warrants on the people's houses. So they show up at the friend's house that then mortgaged her house, bonded her house, put her house up for the bond. Baby husband did not know. And he found out when the police was at his door. Baby, he is hotter than chicken grease in Arizona sun. Okay, he is hot as hell. And I said, baby, because she's already told Max that she about to lose her husband and her house. I think you might be right. Because baby husband wasn't feeling it. He's sleeping on the couch and everything now. Okay, we're going to get to that in a little minute. So the investigator is out running them streets, doing the best he can to try to find Chanel. He's trying to get to Chanel before the police do, because if they can get to Chanel before the police do and get her to surrender herself, they might be able to, save old girl's house and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? Well, he does end up finding Chanel, but he actually ends up finding Chanel at the same time that the police find Chanel. So it really ends up becoming a who gets to her first situation, but we'll come back to that. While all of this is going on and Jax is dealing with this, baby, the husband is at home trying to deal with the churn. Now, the daughter wants to go hang out with her friends. And he said, listen, I have a Zoom meeting that's getting ready to start. I can't take you. I'm sorry, baby girl. You're going to have to just catch up with your friends tomorrow. The son is talking about he got a really bad headache. And so he ends up having to get off of his Zoom call to take care of the son. Next thing you know, somebody knocking at the door. Come to find out the daughter done called one of her friends' mama to come pick her up. And he was like, wait a minute, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that she called you. I told her that she wasn't going. She would have to just go, hook up with her friends tomorrow. And she was like, you didn't say I couldn't go. You just said you couldn't take me. I found a ride. Baby, he said, oh, well, now you gonna be home for longer. Now you're gonna be punished. Because how dare you call somebody else over here to come and take you somewhere after I told you couldn't go? Like, girl, no ma'am. No ma'am. Now, while all of this is going on, Adrian decided that he needed to go to the convenience store. And, of course, somebody recognized him because Adrian is a football player, too. So, when the guy asked for a picture, he said no. So, of course, y'all know how people do. Oh, you think you too good? You think you too good to take a picture with me? So, he ended up taking a picture anyway, posting it on social media, calling him, saying he was a prick or whatever. But guess who was in the background of that picture sitting in the car? Chanel. So now they have an idea of where they are based on the picture, the convenience store where that picture was taken. So it's really only a matter of seconds and minutes for them to find the two of them. And they racing. Now Carter is trying to negotiate with the DA on her surrender because they realize that they pretty much have the same information and they pretty much going to catch up at the same time. So he's trying to negotiate the surrender so that, if they do get there, first, they're just trying to negotiate the surrender. I'm sorry. Now, the other thing they found at the bank in the safety deposit box, they found a power of attorney. Chanel had given power of attorney for her kids to the friend, and she also had pictures in there of being abused. So she had been documenting and chronicling the abuse, and those pictures were in her safe deposit box. And of course, Jax feels guilty because she's like, wow, I just didn't know it was this bad. Like all this time, I didn't realize how bad it was. But now we're still trying to figure out, or Carter is still trying to figure out, was this a setup? Like, was all of this planned? Because at the end of the day, were you setting up the alibi because you done ran away with your little boo thing? Clearly, y'all had some sort of existing relationship. But the question is, were y'all planning to run before or after you killed your husband? And was killing your husband part of the plan? Or did that just was a happenstance that made y'all accelerate the situation? And mind you, we still got $30 million missing that we don't know where it is. We still don't know what $30 million is. And that is a problem. Because again, does it establish the motive? Who stole it? Why did you steal it? Well, you kind of know who stole it. But why did you steal it? And is that your nest egg for when you start your new life on the other side of the border? So in the meantime, while all of this is going on, Adrian realizes that he probably was recognized and all of that. So he's trying to get another vehicle so they can, and while they're waiting, they're still waiting on their ID and still waiting on their new ID so they can, cross the border. And in the meantime, we find out that Carter might have an ulterior motive for even taking this case because he has a client that is in jail for killing her husband. And so he's like, listen, this case can hopefully help me get you out of jail. Now, it sounds like this client ain't really tripping off of Carter like that because she's just like, Carter, look, it's good. Like, you don't have to be in charge of my appeal. You don't have to feel obligated to try to get me out of here. Like, I'm not really sure where this is all coming from, but girl, we good. Well, not girl, but we good. In the meantime, child, they find Chanel, and they find Chanel literally like the police, they get there all at the same time. So they're able to convince Chanel to surrender. Everybody, gets arrested. Everybody is surrendered. Chanel ass is back in jail. And Jax goes to visit her in jail, and Jax is like, girl, what happened? Like, I got you a good lawyer. I told you we were good. Like, why would you do that? And she said, well, when you stopped being my lawyer, I felt like you didn't believe in me. And when you stopped believing me, I felt like I didn't have a chance. Now, I'm going to call bullshit on that because Jax explained to you why she couldn't take your case. And you know that your girl would not leave you with somebody that's not capable. You knew you had a good attorney. And so, I don't know. I think you ran because that's what you wanted to do. I don't think what she did was pre-planned, but I certainly don't think she was mad that the man was dead. I'm gonna just tell you what I think went down. Okay. And then we see that Adrian got arrested too, but Adrian actually gets released. I don't know how he got released, whatever. He got on bond, whatever. But he got released. And we see as he gets released, some white guy rolls up to him and, ask him, hey, you good? You need a ride? And you could tell they know each other. And he was like, no, I don't need no ride. I'm good. He was like, go ahead and get in. And Adrian was like, nah, I'm good. The driver gets out. It doesn't give him a choice. It tells him basically get your ass in that car. So when Adrian gets in the car, Adrian was like, the guy was like, so what we gonna do about my money? So now it's all starting to come together. Adrian must have something to do with that $30 million coming up missing that he owed this man. Now, I don't know if Adrian had got himself into some gambling debt or maybe he was betting on games and whatever. But clearly, he done got himself in some serious trouble that involves money. And maybe Adrian is the one that either convinced Chanel to steal that money or he stole it himself and he was able to do it and make it look like Chanel did it. But baby, he said, how you gonna get my money? And $30 million ain't nothing to sleaze now. I don't think Adrian gonna make it out, y'all. I don't think Adrian gonna get to the end of this. I don't know. Then, like I said, the husband comes home, and the friend is like, I'm so sorry, we're gonna call the bank in the morning, see if I can get a loan. I think we can make this work. We're not gonna lose the house. And he was like, you don't even understand. You don't even get it. This is not even about whether we lose the house or not. This is about the fact that you were willing to sacrifice the house and our family and our marriage for this after I told you no. Like, we talked about it. I said no. You didn't respect that. So, baby, she told her husband to come to bed. Husband said, nah, I'm good right here, baby. He took his shoes off and got on that couch. I don't know if your marriage gonna make it out of this. I don't know. Because, again, I saw that thing coming. I just saw that coming. But anyway, that was pretty much the episode. Jax decided that she needed to get back on this case. And she tells her husband, she said, listen, I know that me getting on this case, we talked about it and, but I have to be there for my friend. Like, I just have to. I have to be there. I'm not in the lead. Carter is still first chair, but I have to be there. I have to be a part of this for my friend. And he tells her they'll figure it out. He says, we'll figure it out. We'll find a way to make this work. Like, he gets it. He understands that's your friend. You love her. Like, he gets it. And that was pretty much the episode, y'all. So let me know what y'all think. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.